The Fab India Expo announces its after the store-wide discounts on all your favorite items. Plus, don't miss the Meat Festival at Zyka Restaurant featuring delicious Indian-style curries and grilled meats. Hurry, the Fab India Expo closes on November 9th. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
It's the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market from December 5th to the 28th. Experience the magic of the season with over 300 local and international merchants, multiple restaurants, and daily stage performances. Fun for the entire family with a bouncy castle for the kids and the perfect place for Christmas shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market, where the spirit of Christmas comes alive.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. And we understand the importance and the beauty of this day. And today I am in conversation with Mr. Chanka Ramta, a social welfare advisor. He's been part of the system for many years. He served this land, and so he's the right fit when it comes to knowledge and when it comes to experience combined. He is excellent. We're very fortunate to have him, share his wealth of knowledge with us. Sir, good morning and a warm welcome. It's always nice to spend this time with you so we could continue to inform people about, how they can get help, especially those in need. And today being that very special day of International Disability Day, we are going to be talking about the Disability Assistance Grant. Yeah?
Thank you very much, Zelisa, and as usual, it's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
It is said that if you have knowledge and you do not share it, the benefit of no one.
Exactly.
You understand? So that's what this program is about, sharing information that would benefit our citizens.
Correct.
Okay? Today we are discussing the Disability Assistance Grant. All right? It is one of those grants that is available to our citizens, and as we go along you would be enlightened as to how you qualify. All right. The Disability Assistance Grant is paid to citizens and legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago who are medically certified as being permanently disabled and cannot be employed. Okay, and it is important to note that it is paid to citizens and legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago.
Good.
So you must have legal status to be living in Trinidad. Okay. The Disability Assistance Grant is with effect from January 2019, went up to $2,000 per month. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we would identify who qualifies. To qualify, applicants must be 18 years and older. Mm-hmm. Okay? You must be permanently disabled from earning a livelihood and is in the opinion of the local board considered to be so disabled to render him or her incapable of earning a living. Okay, so that a person might come down with a serious ailment, maybe a heart attack, or be involved in some accident,
right?
And, and is so injured that the person is unable to work.
Yeah.
You understand? And so that the person can qualify for a disability grant.
Right.
The person must be receiving no more than $12,000 per year. That boils down to $1,000 per month.
Right.
And one of the conditions is you must be receiving no more than What can happen is a person might be employed
Right.
and might get involved in some accident or some situation where he got hurt severely, and it has rendered him now unable to work,
Right.
to go to work. So the person might be covered by some form of insurance,
Right.
or as we commonly know, national insurance too. And so you could be entitled for some form of remuneration.
Okay.
And if it is more than $12,000 per year, which boils down to $1,000 per month, then you do not qualify.
Right.
All right. So we must be aware of this.
Good.
Good. You must be a citizen or legal resident of Trinidad and Tobago. As is well known, if you are illegally resident in the country, it means you would not be entitled to any sort of benefits from the government.
Right. And that is only fair.
Fair.
You are not a
Exactly.
citizen of this
Exactly.
land or, and as you say, a resident. How can you receive benefits if you're not? And I respect and understand that.
I understand that too, and I
Yeah.
support that as well.
So do I.
You must be residing in the country for at least 3 years immediately prior to the date of your application. All right? Your basic documents required for the application is a national identification card.
Right. So you
Which
must
would
have an
that's right, which
Good.
would indicate that you're a legal
Exactly.
resident.
So a passport, an ID card,
Completed birth certificate,
certificate.
and affidavit where necessary.
great.
Your previous and current passports, all right, and a completed medical form approved by a government medical officer
Right. So it means it's one of our hospitals
or health officer.
or health offices. All right. Working for the government. The doctors that are working for
Working.
the government. All right. All right. So with that being said, let's go to these important messages. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. I am in conversation with Mr. Chanka Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. If you may have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be more than happy to answer or to guide you accordingly. Let's now go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Smith, have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose. The Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on the news, discuss social issues and current affairs with a twist. Every Monday to Friday in real time, right here on Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us as we continue to reach out and really inform, educate and empower. When we share the bright and relevant information, you're empowered to make better choices, and when you make better choices, we'll all have a better tomorrow, right? Welcome back to Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he is here to share his wealth of knowledge. Today we are talking about the disability assistance grant that's been put in place by our authorities, the government of our land, in order to help us for those who are disabled or they need that extra assistance.
Yes. In 2019, government introduced the disability assistance for children, because previous to that, if a child was challenged, when I say challenged, whether physically, mentally or otherwise, and cannot function properly or effectively, that child was grouped with the other children in the home. But of course, that special child has special needs.
Correct.
You understand? So, government introduced a disability assistance grant for children.
Excellent.
And that was welcome.
Of most certainly.
As we know, a special child, a child who's challenged, in whether mentally, physically or otherwise, has special needs.
And that child, in order to maintain, it takes more, not just more money, but more energy. It's time consuming.
More attention.
And more attention, a special diet, special medication.
That's right.
They've got to go for special exercises and therapy and different things, So that child is going to cost a little more, but also is going to consume a little more of your time as well.
So it was a real positive move.
Correct.
A very, very positive move, because the needs of that special child is tremendous.
Right.
So it was really a good move where they introduced this disability assistance grant for children,
right,
who were challenged physically or mentally otherwise. All right. So the disability assistance grant for children was introduced in the 2019 budget to be implemented by the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. This new provision allows children with a disability to access this service at a fixed rate of $1,500 per month, which was a welcome move.
That was in 2019.
That was in 2019.
$1,500
Yes.
a month. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's going to help somewhere along the line, but it doesn't. I mean, we're grateful, but when you think of the extra costs of things and the prices that we are now facing when we go to the pharmacy and the supermarket and things like that, despite the sales, like I say, these children need special needs in terms of medication, in terms of special diets. They can't eat normal diets. You know, they require pampers, things that a little more, you know.
Would make them more comfortable.
Exactly.
And a special child needs much more
Oh, definitely.
than a normal child, you know. Attention, medication, you know, care and things like that. And
Understood.
sometimes one of the parents have to forego their jobs
Yeah.
and stay at home. I mean,
Mr. Amtahan, I interviewed parents of children that are with special needs, and let me tell you something. It's not an easy job, you know. Sleepless nights. Can't sleep in the night because that child is up crying for no reason, and you are up with that child to give that child all the comfort that's needed. You have to be hands-on to change pampers constantly as they wet themselves, because you don't want them to get rashes and things like that. You cannot leave them unattended because they can hurt themselves. In order to go from point A to point B, you need to perhaps pay for a special vehicle with a ramp that could take, you know, when you think of it, it's extremely difficult, and you're correct. They require special attention. You have to be constantly ensuring that they are safe, that they're good, turn them, you know, keep massaging them, things like that, talking to them, giving them the attention. So it takes a lot extra and a lot more. And then when you have other children that you need to give your attention to as well, it's not easy when you listen to them one-on-one or hear what their day is like. It's extremely difficult, and they themselves are challenged, you know?
I would have visited several homes where there was a special child,
Yeah.
and there were circumstances where one of the parents have to give up their jobs
Yeah.
to stay at home to take care of their
Yes,
child.
yes.
And sometimes if the wife is working for a higher salary than the husband would stay away,
Yeah.
so that the income that is available would be more
Yeah.
than what,
Correct.
you know.
Correct.
And other times the wife would, if the husband is earning more, the wife would stay at home to, you know, to
And,
manage the
and so
household.
let me tell you this, nobody, absolutely nobody is going to give your child the love and attention, especially when that child is
That's
challenged
right.
and cannot speak or cannot express or cannot say what it is. Nobody's going to give that child, I'm telling you, nobody's going to take care of that child the way you would take care of your child. You know, the feelings you have for your child,
Of
you
course,
know.
yes.
Yeah.
Taking care of a challenged child is a big demand. It demands everything.
Well, taking care of a
Full-time
normal child takes a lot, right? I have one, and I could tell you,
That's
it's
right.
it's like 10, you know, especially if your child active like mine, right? The point is, we understand, and so that money, that extra money, is certainly going to help, and it's going to assist somewhere along the line to take that burden off. So we applaud the authorities for putting that in place. We understand that the country itself, you know, we're trying to fix back and put things back, and so the money, it's kind of limited at this time. But I'm hoping that within the next budget, perhaps when the country's in a better state financially, perhaps we will consider these grants being add a little more to it, because a little more will go a long way as well.
And I would support that. I would support that call for an increase in the grant, especially of the disabled children.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, a lot of people say, well, the government need to do this and the government need to do that and the government, but the government is already burdened as it is.
Yes.
So, I mean, we have to understand it's like your home. If you're working within a budget, you cannot do things that you can't afford.
That's right.
So it's the same way with the government. They have to be able to budget and put things in place and put some here, put some there, and spend the money wisely. You know, not crazy, but put things in place. So let's give them a chance to settle and to put things in place
Yes,
and
of
get
course.
things right. And
Yes.
perhaps the next budget we will see a, you know.
Yes. What can what can happen in a
Exactly.
positive way.
Most certainly.
Right. So who qualifies for the disability for children? The disability for assistance grant for children was introduced in 2019 budget to be implemented by the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. This new provision allows children with a disability to access this service at a fixed rate of $1,500 per month.
Right.
This grant is payable where the assessment of a child is either severe or complete and where the disability is permanent in nature.
Okay.
And very often you find the children, you know, they suffer from this disability in a permanent way. All right?
Yeah, they need special schools and things like that, special intervention, you know, it's not, it's challenging for those parents. I can only begin to understand. I mean, I would have, like I said, had conversations with many, and you can, your heart will break when you listen to, you know, what their day and what their night is like, what their life is like. And so what was even more touching for me is that they, the ones that I spoke to, they feel blessed.
Yes.
You know, and you can't help but even feel a little more compassion for them.
To really know the work that you have to do with these special children, you really have to interact with them. They
Correct.
need full-time attention.
Yeah.
Full-time. Because sometimes they might be so challenged that they will do crazy things sometimes. You know, they may go to the kitchen and near the stove, and you really, you really have to.
Yes, I'm telling
They
you,
need
it's
24 hours
they
full-time
certainly
attention.
do. They certainly do. They could
Yes.
fall down a flight of steps, or even if you have a split level home where you have different levels, they could fall and hurt themselves. Like you say, they could go in the kitchen trying to see if they help themselves, and then something spill on them.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
we just have to try to understand how challenging it can be. You know. So this is a program, Conversations with Zelisa. Today is a very special day. It's International Disability Day, and of course we recognize. And today Mr. Chankaramtal is talking to us about the disability grant. All right, let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance. Is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited, building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Are you reliable, self-motivated, a good communicator, and experienced in sales? Then Good Price Wholesalers is the right opportunity for you. We are looking for individuals to join our sales team in Central and South. Applicants must have their own vehicle, sales experience, good communication skills, and a strong work ethic. If you're ready to be part of a committed and professional team, we want to hear from you. Visit us at number 5 La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz, or call 338-9884 for serious inquiries.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's here to share his wealth of knowledge with us when it comes to disability grant. And sharing important information, so hope you're taking your little notes for those that you know, or you may be in that situation. Perhaps you were not aware that you can apply for a grant, all right? So welcome back, Mr. Ramtahal.
Yes, and today is International Day for the Disabled.
Yeah, it is a very special day, and how appropriate that we are addressing and talking about this so that you will be aware, you know?
Right. Who qualifies for the disability assistance grant? As a child, must be under 18 years of age. You're considered not an adult at that time, you're still a child. Your medical condition must be assessed by a pediatrician or a doctor authorized by the chief medical officer, and the condition must be severe or complete and permanent.
Okay.
All right, it must not be temporary. Income specific to the medical condition of the child must not exceed $1,500 per month.
Right.
The child must be a citizen or legal resident of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
It cannot be an illegal person. Must be residing in the country for categorized periods depending on the age of the child.
So I just want to explain to people, right? If you are not a Trinidadian, your child wasn't born here, or you have no residency here illegally, you cannot apply.
No.
Don't even think about applying.
Yeah.
It's for the children of our land. We're already burdened.
Yes.
We're already burdened, right? You can't expect to be here illegally and get
these grants.
It doesn't happen like that. So I just wanted to.
And it's only right.
It's only right. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
It's like if you do not have a visa to go to Venezuela or to the States, and you want to, you cannot. You know, you
well,
must
you can't
have,
expect to go to the States illegally and expect to get.
Well, they wouldn't allow you if you go illegally.
Do you blame them? You
Yes,
can't.
yes.
Because they also understand the nature of being burdened.
Right? The parent or legal guardian with whom the child resides may apply, because the child would be under 18 years and is not allowed to do any legal transaction.
Right.
What are the documents required for application? A national ID card of parents or legal guardian, and now children are getting ID card under 18 years. So that might be necessary too. A birth certificate of the child and the computerized birth certificate for nationals of Trinidad and Tobago. A completed application form, a completed medical assessment form. And these medicals must be completed by doctors at the hospitals or at the health offices.
Right.
Okay? And proof of legal guardianship of the child if it's necessary. If it's the application is being made by someone else rather than the parents.
Right.
Okay? So those are the conditions at which these children can apply for the disability assistance grant of $1,500 per month for children who are certified as challenged.
Right.
You understand? So that is important to note. And what is important too is that sometimes these children are referred to schools. You know, there are some schools that accept these children, and where the personnel there, they are trained especially to deal with special children.
Excellent.
You know?
Excellent.
Yeah, so you have schools that are available.
Not because they are different means they cannot be treated equal.
Yes, they cannot be exposed to being educated.
they need to be given an equal opportunity at all times.
Because a lot of times the child might be physically challenged, but mentally alert,
Brilliant,
and bright,
yes.
and everything else.
Yes,
So, yes.
I remember a little boy, blind, and he plays and he's excellent and he's writing and
Yes.
reading and he's doing fantastic. And it's because of the time and effort his parents invested into him.
Yeah.
You know, mom working, father at home, and things like that, like as you indicated, and really invest helping to develop him the best way that he can, exploring every option for him to grow and to excel, and that is, you know, that's excellent.
Because you can be physically challenged but mentally alert.
Yeah, very much so.
And on the other hand, you could be mentally challenged and physically
Correct.
good.
They're different. Correct. You're very
That's
correct.
right.
Yes.
You know, so we have to be
Good.
very particular when in dealing with children like that. So, and I can tell you, it's a massive responsibility taking care for a special child.
Yeah,
You know.
perhaps in the future, our government can identify and put in place to have a school for those that are
Yes,
differently, you know,
that's right,
that
that's right.
that tailored to that, have special teachers, special classes, therapy class, you know, different things that now parents can now take their child there.
Special desks, you know, so
Exactly.
that it's comfortable, you know.
Yes, and so that school could be tailored to have to deal with special children, you know, exclusive for them. So those teachers are specialized. Everything, even the everything is put in place so that it would accommodate them, and that may not be a bad idea. I think that is something that they could look at.
And I can tell you, I mean, I would have visited several homes where there were special children, and it is really, really
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
your heart goes out to the family, you know, so that, you know, we must treat these children in a special way.
Mr. Amtal, having to lift them, to change them, to bath them, to even change nappies, different things, to feed them, to get them to focus, to be able to feed them. You really have to be hands-on.
Yeah.
It takes extra work, extra care, and a lot of extra love as well. Patience, if you don't have patience to understand, you know, and that's why a lot of parents, I think, would choose to stay home and take care of their child themselves, because you know who's going to hit your child, who's going to beat your child, who's going to slap your child, rough up your child. You follow?
And the fee could be very costly as well. The
good
fee
point.
could be very
Yeah.
costly because they would,
So-
you know, the caretaker would say, these children are, you know, they make,
Yeah,
yes, they
correct.
make plenty
Yeah,
demands. And, you know,
exactly. So we understand that, and we understand why the authorities or the government would put things in place to assist with these grants.
So in today's world, I mean, and today is especially for the disabled of society, you know, we must pay special attention to them. We must try to understand them, although it's a demanding job. I mean, it is no easy task taking care of a special child.
Very much so.
Because these special children sometimes, if they're just physically challenged, it's okay, but when they're mentally challenged, they do all kinds of untoward
It's
things.
hands-on. You just have to have the
Yes.
patience, the love, the understanding, keep your cool.
A constant eye.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't leave them alone at all.
Around the clock, around the clock, even to the sacrifice to perhaps sleep or have them sleep in the same room with you because you don't want to leave them unattended or alone. You know, you don't know what could happen. They could throw up on themselves. You follow? And so you really need to you need to attend to them in a special, loving way.
Zal, you really had to have special things out to do with these children. You have to supervise them at all times. You really have to, see them behave and realize what the difficulty of caring for those children.
It takes special. I once told a parent, well, God will choose angels, special people to be the mothers
Yes.
and fathers
Yeah.
of these children. And so, if you are blessed with such a child, you understand that there's a reason, and God, you are special because you really have to have a kind of special mentality and behavior and dealing and coping and understanding, because you could lose your cool.
You see, if the child is just physically challenged, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because they will still think correctly and know what is right, what is wrong. But when you're mentally challenged, that is where the problem comes in.
Yeah, because they can't say, Mommy, I'm hungry.
No,
Or Mommy, my tummy is hurting
Yes.
me. Or Mommy, I need to go to the bathroom. They
yes,
can't.
that's the more difficult task,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it is. It's 100 and it takes a lot. It really takes a lot. And so we understand. And so today we are letting you know, as parents or guardians, or if you know of a child that is disabled in a situation, you could now tell them, hey, they have some grants that will help you all, and you could go and apply and get some extra assistance, I'm sure it's going to go a long way, despite it's $1,500.
Yes,
but
$1,500.
$1,500, I mean, some people may say, oh, it's $1,500, but $1,500 could still help you buy some medication, go to the grocery and buy special. The Pampers, it will help, right? So we are grateful. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Chankaramtal. Stay with us.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on the news, discuss social issues and current affairs with a twist. Every Monday to Friday in real time, right here on Real TV.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. Today is International Disability Day. It's a day where we recognize that even though some of us may be different with different disabilities, we are all equal, and we recognize that we even go the extra mile to teach, to treat in a special, loving way, including all. And so Mr. Chankaramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, is here to talk to us today about the disability grant. The authorities of our land did put things in place to assist with a grant that will help those with children or those that are disabled, because sometimes apart from the children there are adults who work and for some reason they lose a limb they get into an accident, all sorts of different reasons why, and they cannot provide they can't provide for their families anymore. It means that they now have an opportunity to get some assistance to help take away some of the burdens, right? Welcome back, sir.
When they become adults, these same children, they become a risk to society. Because remember, if you are mentally challenged, I mean, they can do crazy things. You understand? They can walk the road carelessly. You know,
they simply can't be left unattended.
That's right.
And I think it's not their fault that when you say crazy things, we may see it as crazy things, but they don't know better.
They don't. That's right.
They're innocent.
Yeah.
We know better. You know, it's like recently I was talking to a gentleman, aged gentleman, whose mother is losing her memory, and he says, "Zelisa, I am losing my mind." And I said to him, "Calm yourself. Let me ask you this one question.
Yes.
Your mother is not recognizing you. She's not remembering certain things. She's whatever. But the point is, you know her. You remember her."
That's right.
Right? Understand that you could be in that same situation one day. So try and cool yourself and be a little more accommodating and understanding that she's not in control of her memory. So you know better. So deal with it in a better way, not in an angry way, or not in lashing out to her, because by you lashing out to her or you telling her something that's hurtful is really bad. So shut your mouth. I told him just like that, you know. I said, before you hurt that woman's feelings, because you feel you losing it because you can't deal with it, have nothing to say if you can't say something good. And he said, "You know, it's true." I said, "Of course. She doesn't know, but she's hurting. Because why would you hurt her or tell her hurtful things?
That's right.
Because you angry because she losing her memory. She's not in control of that."
And when he was a child, she will do anything
But how
to
you
raise him properly.
Made sacrifices.
Oh, yes.
There are people like my parents, I will say, close off all of their dreams and things they wanted to do to give us a better life. And that is the truth. And when we are adults, we don't have the time, or we don't want to be kind. Or come on, man.
And parents give the last meal to the child, and they can do without it, you know.
Mr.
And they normally do it.
There are mothers who went to bed many nights without eating to ensure that their children eat something.
Exactly.
That even their husband eats something, and they're hungry, and you're asking them, "No, I good, you know, I good, I full, I eat." But you know, they never ate. There are mothers that will cry because of the hardships, and they will never cry in front of their children to let them know that they're sad or they're hurting. Right? So they make sacrifices, and it's just as the parents of these children who are disabled. The child is not to be blamed. The child didn't ask to come into this world. The child didn't ask to be disabled. So you have to have a level of compassion and understanding to deal and cope, you know?
But Zal, you know the physically challenged ones, they're okay. They're easier to manage than the mentally challenged ones, because they don't think rationally and logically. The mentally challenged ones. And so they would do untoward things.
Sometimes they would scream. Why are you screaming? They don't even know why they're screaming. It's because perhaps they're venting, I don't know. Or perhaps they're trying to express or to say something. We don't know.
Because the physically challenged ones, they're the ones that are easier to manage, because they have a sense of reasoning. You know, so you could talk to them and they would respond appropriately. But when you are mentally challenged, those are the ones who will do untoward things, you know, and they could be risk to other children and even risk to the parents. You understand? Especially if they are violently inclined.
Yes, some of them, they do have a little streak of violence. I remember talking to a parent who said the child would just want to beat her, you know, and it's just a matter of trying to understand and cope, you know. You know, it's expensive, as we said from the very beginning.
Yes, it
We
is.
make
It
a
is.
circle and come right back. The point is, challenged, disabled children or people, adults, because they grow into adults.
Does the yes.
They need a little extra care, a little extra love, and a little extra understanding. And the fact is, they are not aware of what they're doing, I think. You know, but we are.
And when you become adult, sometimes they leave the home, you know, and roam the streets. Sometimes you can't find, you don't know where they are. You have to go looking for them.
So that's why you need to have all the doors locked.
That's right.
Lock the burglar proof to begin with. Keep the doors locked for safety, because you
Inquire from neighbors. Did you see so and so? Which way did he go? Did you know? And
in a
things like
split
that.
second they run away.
Yes, yes.
In a split second.
And then some of them, when they are mentally challenged, they become violent, and they could become a risk to the neighborhood and the population. You know, so we really have to. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
So we understand, and you know, just understand that you can apply for grants. For those who were not aware, you are aware now via Real TV and Conversations with Zelisa that you can get some sort of intervention and get some sort of assistance, because like I said, it takes a lot. Physiotherapy, speech therapy, different things they need, you know, especially those parents that would stop at nothing. They would go the extra mile to ensure that this child gets what it is due to. And I think that is...
And it's comfortable to some extent.
Yes, correct. Yeah, because they're all very special children or special people that live among us, and we need to understand that. Another thing I want to say today is that as adults and as parents or guardians, it is important that we teach our children how to behave with those that are challenged. And what I mean is, and now is the Christmas season time, you want to carry your children to the mall to see all the nice decorations and things like that, and you may go to the food court, or you may see a family with a child that's disabled, challenged, or an adult, and you don't have your child poking, oh gosh, look at that child, mommy, daddy, and you know, or make an awareness. So you as a parent need to ensure that you tell your child, you don't behave
educate them when you're dealing with them.
Yes. You need to talk to them. Perhaps look at a movie. There are lots of movies now, Christmas movies, with people who are disabled. So you question them and ask them and have conversations with them. These people are a little different, but they're equal in every right. So you don't disrespect them by pointing or looking up and making them feel less than who they are, or making them feel uncomfortable, but rather embrace a smile, hello, Merry Christmas. All those things are nice. So you teach, and how we behave. Let me tell you something. How we behave, that's how our children are going to behave. So if we teach them manners, and we have manners, we say good morning, good afternoon, may I have this, may I have that, thank you, no thank you.
They will copy that.
That is how our children will copy, you know.
That's right.
So even when we tell them, when the phone ringing, and I said this before and I'll continue to say it, tell them that are not home. You're teaching your child to fib, to lie.
Yeah.
You may as well answer the phone and say, mommy's hands are busy right now and mommy can't come to the phone, or just don't answer the phone. Or mommy will call you back if you know who the person is.
Yes.
Auntie, good afternoon, good morning. Mommy cooking, and mommy will call you back in a little while or when she's free. Teach them to tell the truth. Don't teach your kids to lie.
And you know, there's a saying, a common saying, that niceness breeds niceness. When you're nice to somebody, it is hard for them not to be nice to you.
Yeah.
You understand? And
what you give is what you get.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and then again, you see, some people are just so stubborn and set in their ways that they don't want to embrace change, or they don't want to embrace learning, or they don't want to understand that this world is made up of many different types of people with different behaviors, you understand, we're different, but it doesn't mean that we are not equal. We should always have respect and regard for those.
And we have to control our behavior, you know, and try to do the right thing, the nice thing. you know, where people could appreciate.
That
and
is
things
what
like
I
that.
tell people,
Yes,
the choices within us, you know.
That's right.
We
That's
hold the key for our tomorrows, you know, is the choices that you make.
If somebody come in and say, good morning, sir, of course I would say good morning.
Exactly.
Niceness
Yes.
breeds niceness.
Yes.
That's a common saying.
That is what I say to my staff at all times. All your behavior that you have in your house, don't bring it here. This is a different culture. You say good morning, good afternoon. You smile. You put yourself in a good mood so people want to be around you.
Of course.
You have a nice aura. You have a nice disposition. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you're negative and you want to play thing and you want to give attitude and you want to feel, you don't want somebody like that around you. You clearly don't want somebody like that around you. You know? And really people represent you when you're not around. That's how you know people are genuine.
Yes, that's right.
You know, this is the program Conversations with Zelisa. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtahal, and today he is talking to us about the disability grants that are available, and perhaps just to refresh or to explain again, for those that would qualify, you need to be a citizen or resident of Trinidad and Tobago. You need to go, in order to qualify, you will have to be diagnosed or get the okay from a doctor that works with the government. At our hospitals or in the community center, the clinics in the areas, right?
Yeah, so having dealt with that, I want to convey Christmas greetings to all, but especially since today is a special day for our disabled citizens. May God continue to bless you and keep you safe, and may you continue to improve and, you know, become worthwhile citizens. So, and season's greetings to all of you.
Well, Mr. Ramtahal, you know, I want to thank you because today is a special day.
That's
today
right.
is a special day. We recognize and understand it is a day where not because somebody is different physically or mentally means, or they're challenged in some way, means that we have the authority or the right over them, or we're better than them, or we treat them less than who they are. We should always treat all equally. We should always understand that perhaps we should have a different way in which we deal and we cope. We show respect rather than disrespect. Like I said, you talk to your children about proper behavior and manners, you know, and that is, you don't make, or you don't, you know, I've been to places where I actually saw people made fun of people who are larger or obese or are fat, as you would say, fat shaming. There are people that are overweight, not by choice, you know, but by health. And even if that's their choice, learn to respect that, right? And there some people, they don't have, you know, that's just the way they are, and it doesn't mean, exactly, or that's their choice, and you learn to respect that. It doesn't mean that they're different in any way. They choose that, and you. So these are things that you also teach your children about: fat shaming, or making fun.
You don't do that. You don't do that at all.
No, you don't at all. But rather, you teach them about how to speak to people
and empathize with them.
How to, you don't pull people down, or you don't, you know, all these things are extremely important. And let me tell you something, the school don't need to teach your child that, the teachers don't need to teach your child that. You are responsible for that.
That's right.
You are responsible for that. Now I know, and I can tell you, sometimes we talk and talk and talk to our children, and they're good hardened too.
Oh yeah.
They have a mind of their own. But it's work in progress. You cannot give up because that child is your child.
That's right.
So you take responsibility and you continue what you need to do to help your child to develop the best way they know how to.
And you see, what we must show a lot of niceness. When you show niceness, children listen to you. They learn what you tell them, what to do, and when you tell them in a nice way. You understand?
Yeah.
But sometimes we're too rough with them. And I mean, children get turned off when you're not nice to them. So it's important to be nice with them, put them, have a chat, you know, tell them certain things, you know, that will empower them.
Place and time.
That's right.
There's a place and time for everything.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, but are also old school, eh? So when it is you're talking and trying to be nice and they're not taking you on, you have to be a little firm.
Yeah, of course.
You have to give a little, you know, you need to be a little authoritative and say, I just told you X, Y, Z, and, you know, give them some lines to write, or put them in a naughty corner, but let them do something, do some extra work, something, you know. They need to be accountable
so
for
they will
their
realize
behavior
that
as well.
that's right. Something I did that it wasn't appropriate, and therefore I should do something.
Yes, there's something that's called accountability.
That's right.
So there are things that you take away that they like. So you know they like to watch movies or a little Christmas on the weekend. You take it away. You know, they like to do, you probably say no, because this is the choice you made, so this is the choice that I am making because you did that.
And that should be your option rather than punishing and hitting. Yeah,
because sometimes you could lose it and say, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's
this generation just different, you know. They're just different. We dare not raise our voice. You mad, you lose your marbles, you take God out to your thoughts, the one to answer your parents. And this generation, they say they're expressing themselves.
Yes.
It takes a lot of control, right?
Yes.
Mr. Ramtahal, again, I want to thank you, sir, very much for coming in. We look forward to you joining us again next week. You know, we are grateful that you impart your knowledge and experience with us so we can make better choices. I know that those out there now who were not aware that there is a disability grant, you could tell a friend, tell a family, might be working somewhere and you know somebody has a challenge, you know they're struggling, and now you could say, hey, you know, I was watching Real TV and I saw where Zelisa and Mr. Ramtahal were talking about you could get a little grant for the child man, XYZ, you know, share that information with those, right? So Mr. Ramtahal, again, we are grateful. I wish you all the best. Be safe. We look forward to seeing you next week. Could you kindly share your number with regards to if somebody needs some sort of advice?
My number is 753-5264. Again, 753-5264. And this is my pleasure to be here, Zal, and you know, share whatever information I have. If I could have made a difference to one or two persons, I mean, I would have felt pleased.
Mr. Ramtahal, I share your number all the time, you know.
Yes,
people say, I want Mr. Ramtahal's number share, and I share because I know you are very helpful. I know you guys.
And do you know that since I've been having phone, that's my same number? It has never changed.
You never changed. Oh, that's good. So people know how to get you.
God
God bless you. We'll
Thank
see you
very
soon.
much, and all the best to you.
Well, my friends, this is where we're going to wrap things up for today. Be kind, be courteous, be giving. You know, what you give is what you get. All right? Be good, law-abiding citizens. Do what is right at all times. You know, knowledge is power. And here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. Thank you so much for choosing us here on Real TV. Coming up at 12 o'clock today and midday workdays, weekdays, of course, it's Naka with Bridging the Gap. She's doing a great job. So remember to stay with us. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Be safe, be good. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us here at Real TV. See you tomorrow.